Hi there, welcome to another Divi 5 video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got a fun one for you today. We've got a full width, full page, latest blog post feature right here. As you can see, we've got the image right there. I've added a couple of buttons, a title, and a bit of the excerpt. Of course, if we click on one of these buttons, it'll take us to the blog post itself. If I go back, click on the other one, it'll take us to our post page, which happens to be my home page for this today. And of course, any time that you update or create a new post, it's going to update this right here, and I'll demonstrate that in a moment. So let's get started. I've got this page open here. Let's just delete what we've got going on. So essentially, I've got a new page here. As usual, Divi puts in a blank section for us to start building on. I'm going to throw in a row. In my row, I'm going to have a single column. I'm going to build this whole thing on just an image module today. Now you can do it plenty of different ways, and we're going to be using some of the new elements of Divi 5 here to do this, such as elements and the looper system. So let's throw in an image. Great, I've got an image there. Now under content, I'm going to go to elements right here, which is a new tab with Divi 5, and we can add anything we want to this. So I'm going to add a heading module. And I'm keeping this very simple. You can add exactly what you want. I'm going to go back out of the heading module. As you can see, once we add something, we're in it. I'm going to go back so we're in the image again. Then I'm going to add another little module underneath. I'll use that for the excerpt. Like I say, let's add a little text module. You don't have to follow my example here. I'm keeping it simple. You can go to town and add anything you want here. Then under that, I'm going to add a new element. I'm actually going to add a row with a single column. Inside it, I'm going to put a couple of buttons. There's one. Let's just clone it. And that doesn't look like much right there, but we're going to make it our own in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to click on my image here. As you can see, we're back in the image. I'm going to go down to the loop. And again, this is a new feature of Divi 5. I'm going to hit loop element to turn on the loop. And what it'll do, it'll duplicate it 10 times below. I'm only going to want one, but I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Now the post type we're set to post, which is fine. You can also do this with pages, media, or projects, or if you've got WooCommerce installed, you can do it with products too. I only want to include my supercar posts, and you can exclude as many or as few categories as you want here. If you want to add specific posts, he'll give you a list of all your posts here. You can just add them manually, but that kind of defeats the object of what we're doing today. Now, just as a quick explainer, for anybody that doesn't know what's going on here, I've selected posts, so we need to have some posts created. And in a moment, I'm going to be pulling in featured image, title, excerpt. So if I go to my post page here, dashboard post, like I say, you've got to have posts created. Each of my posts has a category. We're using supercars at the moment. And if I hit edit on one of these, you'll see that when I created it, I gave it a featured image. You can do that as soon as you create a new post. You can put it on the right hand side here. And I've given it an excerpt right here. And we'll be pulling this data in a moment. Just thought I needed to explain that for anybody that didn't know what was going on. Well, let's do it. I've selected my supercar category. It's under posts. But I only want to show one because I just want to show the latest one. So it's ordered by published date by default, which is perfect. Just want one. If I roll down, you'll see there's plenty more below because it's created 10. If I just put one in there, it's got rid of those and we're just left with this one right here. Okay, for my image, let's click back on. We're in the image, into the content, under image up here. I'm going to go to the grey writing that says image there. I'm going to go over the little hamburger or desktop icon that says insert dynamic content. I'm going to use that featured image that I just showed you. So it's pulling the featured image in of our latest post there. Now I've noticed with an image module, it doesn't quite stretch. It's actually just slightly too small for what we've got going on here. To make sure it's going to stretch all the way across, I'm going to go to design. We're still in our image here. I'm going to go to sizing. Force full width. I will force it to fill the available area there. Fantastic. Now, if we close that down, go back to our elements, I'm going to go into the heading module. I'm going to do exactly the same thing under content and text at the top. Gray writing. I'm going to hit that little icon again. I want to loop the post title. Perfect. And we'll hit apply. I imagine you can guess what I'm going to do with our next one. I can just click on it or go to the elements, however you want to do it. Gray writing that says body there, same thing. I'm going to loop the excerpt that I showed you earlier. And you can set the number of words here. I'm pretty sure I've got a short excerpt there. I have as many or as few as you want. That's obviously all I've got there. Now for our buttons, let's just click on one of these buttons. I want this to take them to the actual post itself when they click on it. So put in what you wanted to say. Read more or more info, whatever you like to say in yours. Then for the link down below, funnily enough, I'm going to do the same thing. Button link URL, little disk, loop link. It'll take it to that post now. And for my other button, I want this to take us to the post page. Let's just apply that one. Make sure we're in our other button here. I want it to take us to the post page. So let's just go back on the content and element. Make sure we're in the right button here. For the link for this one, it's got the loop link. Let's just refresh that. I want it to take us to the post page. And actually, my post page is my home page. So I'm going to put the home page link in there. And for this button, say more posts, or whatever you want to say again. Okay, well, it's shaping up, but I really want this full width, full screen. I'm sure you know how to do that. For anybody that doesn't, I'm going to go into my row, the green tab right here. As you can see, we're in the row. I'm going to go over to design and sizing. In the width, I'm going to type 100. It's already got the percent selected over there, but I need to put 100 and also the percentage sign in here, or select it on the right hand side here, because otherwise it'll do pixels. We've now got a nice full screen image right there, but everything's not laid out the way I want it to, and we'll fix that in a minute. I'm going to take any spacing away from our little section, the blue tab at the top here, so we've not got a gap at the top. So I've clicked on the section. As you can see, we're in there. Spacing, padding top and bottom. I'm just going to put a 0 in there. Hit the chain. That'll take that away. Perfect. All right. Well, my title, I want it at the top there. So I'm going to use a bit of absolute positioning for this. Now I've clicked on the title. Remember, it's within our image. So if I go over to advanced and position, if I place it absolutely, it's going to place it anywhere we want on our image. So let's say absolute, it's disappeared. It's actually popped it up the top there, which is okay. But I want it down a little bit and to the right a little bit. Obviously, you can put it in the middle or on the right if you want to. I know you can't see it too well. I'll adjust that in a minute. So I'm going to vertically offset mine. Let's give it 30 vertical and 30 offset on the horizontal as well. That's about where I want it. Now, if you find it's going behind the image, which is unlikely in this particular case, you can up the z-index. What the z-index does, it tells you where elements stack. Higher numbers will always stack on top of lower numbers. So let's make this so we can actually read it. Under the design right here, it's a heading text. As this is the main title for the actual page itself that we've got here, I'll leave it on H1. You could bump it down to an H2 if you had other things on the page and things. You can change the font here if you want to. I'm going to leave mine on the default. Just roll over, it'll give you an example. But I do want it a color we can see up there, which white's going to do nicely. Now, if you have some lighter posts or lighter images with your future posts, you can give it a bit of text shadow. That way, if it's on a lighter area, it will still stand out nicely. Great. And we're going to do similar for the little excerpt right here. I'm going to click on it. We're on the text. Remember, it was a text module where we added the excerpt. Advanced, position. Again, it's absolute's going to position it anywhere we want on the actual image. It's popped it up to the top there. Now, I know I offset the last one by about 30. So let's try this one, 60. Obviously, adjust yours to taste. That's okay. A little tight maybe to that, but I'm going to leave it. And I want it horizontally adjusted about 30 pixels off the left-hand side there. Perfect. And again, let's make it a color that we actually want, or that we can actually read. Fantastic. Okay, going to our buttons down here. I want these underneath. I want to customize them a little bit first, and I don't want them stacked. I want them side by side. So let's click on one of these buttons. In design, I'm going to go down to button, background, give it whatever color you want your background, or gradient, or however you like to adjust yours. Let's use default light blue. That's going to stand out nicely. Border wise, I'm not going to have a border at all. So if we just roll down button border width, we can take that away by taking that away. And the actual text itself, if we click on that one, I'm going to want that white in color. Perfect. Let's take it down a little bit in size. And perhaps give the buttons little rounded corners. We can do that back up in the border up here. It's got the little chain check, so it'll do all sides at once. Let's try 20 and see what that looks like. I think that's going to work for me. And the icon itself, I don't want to have an icon on my button, so I'm going to go in there. Obviously, you can choose whatever icon you want here. I'm going to switch that off so we've got no icon. Now, to save a bit of time, I'm going to extend my styles to that other button there by right-clicking on the button, extend button attributes. Just want to extend it to this parent row. Remember, we put a row in there with one column. Design attributes, fine. Just want to do the button. Let's do that. And it's done that other button for us. Okay, well, like I said, I want these side by side. I really don't want them stacked like that. So if I click on the row, remember there's a column inside. So if we go to our content and elements, there's the column. I've just clicked on it. As you can see, those two buttons are in there. Still in the column, I'm going to go to my design and layout. It's going to be set to flex, but it's set to top to bottom. I'm going to hit left to right. And it puts them left to right there. And you can use your justify content to whack them in the middle if you want to. Put them on the right. Either end by space between or space around. It'll give them equal spacing left and right. Or space evenly. We'll put equal space left, middle and right there. I'm happy with them to be on the left. But of course I don't want them down there. I want them under our text up the top there. So again, I'm going to back up into the whole row itself. So I don't want to leave that empty row down there. Advanced, I'm sure you know what I'm going to do now. Position. I'm going to make that absolute 2. So again, it's popped it up the top here. We gave the last offset vertically 60. Let's try 90 with this. I think that's okay. And again, I want 30 pixels horizontal offset from the left there. Well, I think that's going to work. Perfect. Now I've got a little bit of overflow going on here. I can tell by this little line I've got at the bottom. We don't want that. That's not a good thing to have. You don't want things falling off of your canvas. Google doesn't really like it. So let's go into our section. We can fix that very easily. Blue tab for the section. Over in advanced, you'll find visibility. Here's horizontal overflow. If I switch it from default to hidden, that little line's going to disappear and it won't overflow anymore. Fantastic. Well, let's see what we got. I'm going to get rid of our preview I've got up there. I'm going to save my changes. We'll preview on the front end. And here we have it. Perfect. And we got a nice post image for the full page image there. If I hit the read more, we've linked it to the post with the looper there. If I go back again. And the more post page, which is my home page, we've linked it to that, which takes us right here. Like I say, every time you publish a post, if we go back here, it's going to change. It's going to put that post there with a new title, new excerpt. Buttons are still in a linked right place. To demonstrate that, if I go back to my post page here, let's have a look at our Obsidian Reaver. It's got July 27th. Let's take the Draken Mirage and pretend it's a new post so we can change the date on it. Let's put September. That should be newer. We'll update that. Now, when I refresh that page, it should update to the Draken Mirage. There we have it. Now, every time you create a new post, it's going to put the title in, a little excerpt right there. And of course, we've got our regular buttons there. And that's a really nice feature to have on your site. As you can see, really easy to do. And we've used some of the great new features of the Divi 5 theme here. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions either about Divi 5 or Divi 4, pop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignertechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.